Man, I wasn't even going to keep quiet about what I had just found. Chrissy Lampkin did Jim foul, and not just any foul. I'm talking about a betrayal of the highest magnitude. $7 million was taken from him, not lost or misplaced. World. By the woman he was going to name his wife. And the worst part is that Jim only just put everything together. Now he's pacing like a hurricane about to explode, flipping chairs, slamming walls, and Chrissy, the most outrageous thing is that she didn't do this alone. Someone from Jim's inner circle helped her pull it off. She left behind a single dry-ass text with no explanation, no tears, and just a damn emoji dude. This isn't a reality TV drama. Circle assisted her in planning it. Yes, when money is involved, blood isn't thicker than paper. You'll throw your phone across the room when you find out where it went. Don't even think about cheating. Imagine waking up and imagine Jim pacing his apartment at 2 o'clock a.m., red-eyed, sweaty, and clenching and unclenching his fists as you realize that your entire existence was a trap and that this rabbit hole extends deeper than you believe. The TV is the only source of light in the room, and it's playing hip-hop and classic love episodes in a twisted joke. When Chrissy leaves without a voice, sign, or farewell, Jim goes to the safe, and this is the turning point. He opens it and it's deserted. I mean, missing every contract's USB discs, not just money. A single gold bracelet that Chrissy left in. The sender, resembling a stamp, was the only item remaining in his cache when the $7 million theft was discovered. Like her signature, as she expressed, "Yeah, I did it." Jim collapses to his knees, gasping for air, the kind of gasp you take just before you lose it, and calls her, leaving a voicemail and a text message. You want to know what was on those vanished USBs but have never opened them. The only copy of an agreement he was negotiating to establish a TV show under his name, which is worth $2, and his tour rewards, which include a loaded cryptocurrency wallet, who got access to the $5 million. Digital punch to the gut? You already know. But wait, it gets worse. 2 hours go by. Jim checks his inbox and sees a note that reads, "Check your email. Don't call me." A video attachment appears with shaky footage that appears to be from a hotel hallway surveillance camera. 3 days ago, you saw Chrissy, wearing a black hoodie, sneaking into a Miami hotel suite with another person. Stop and zoom in. It's so strange you won't believe it. Zeke, Jim's day one Dipset brother, one of his realists, initially makes Jim believe his eyes are deceiving him, but when he leaves 4 hours later, Chrissy is seen carrying a heavy folder. Zeke is carrying a full backpack, and Chrissy chuckles. At which point does Jim's phone fall out of his grasp and crash Chrissy's side of the story. Suddenly, in an instant, trust broke like glass. This is treachery, not money anymore. This is family. It only gets worse from here, since this is the lady he trusted picking a bag over the man who gave her his entire heart and boss. A screenshot of a legal document shows the names clearly as day, but the confidential seal is slightly blurred. Jim Jones. No one anticipated Chrissy Lannon, and a third name, Angela Reyes. Who the hell is Angela? Social media detectives didn't wait. They went full CSI. It turns out that Angela was Chrissy's ride or die back in 2012, and she disappeared without leaving any trace or saying goodbye. Posts without any drama, just removed from Chrissy's life as if she had never existed in the first place. Although rumors circulated that Jim had crossed the line, the whole truth was never known until now, since Tweet 4 was the bomb that broke the internet accessible. There's a distorted but genuine voice note, and Chrissy's voice breaks out in tears. He believes I'm cold-hearted, but he forgot what he did to me, to Angela. I didn't forget. I simply waited for my moment, and that's when it finally dawned on him that this was not about the millions. Rather, it was slow and icy retaliation. Chrissy didn't steal to damage his wallet. Instead, she struck where it would bleed his spirit and leave him feeling helpless and abandoned, just as she used to do. While fans are still processing the Angela narrative, however, another explosion occurs, another clip escapes, and this internet reacts. Twitter goes crazy to one from the studio security footage screen recording dated only a week before to Jim's widely shared Instagram Live. Chrissy is seen entering alone and exiting with a laptop, not just any laptop, but Jim's main vault, which had all of his unreleased music, contract folders, and other files. And this is the amazing access was given, and the studio log reveals that freaky Zeke's key card was used to unlock the door once more. Now that Team Chrissy vs. Team Jim is officially at war, the internet is going crazy. You guys are furious because she finally defended herself in battlegrounds after years of snake energy plotting. Jim broke her first, and she simply switched the game, which is treachery and dipset. You thought that was the conclusion, but it's not. Bring on Mama Jones. Jim's mother appears on Instagram Live with his hair wrapped in a robe, Bible open on the table, and the decade's most important sermon. I told my son years ago not to allow a woman handle his bread, but he was in love, and love makes fools. The person who did it sat in my house, grinned in my face, and lied shamelessly. Then without blinking, she points directly at the screen and says, "Chrissy, you." Her voice breaks as she looks into the camera. After the scene where God doesn't play about stolen blessings, the media has gone crazy, and gossip blogs are flooding the feeds. Watching brings back what doesn't belong to. UTMs makes a false headline. According to an insider, the FBI may intervene if nonprofit funding or comment areas on flames that have been misused. Now that she's finished, it's federal time. If they link this to a prison foundation, forget reality TV. This has just become a crime doc, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, bang tweet. Y'all ain't ready for where Chrissy really wired that 7 hours. It's not who y'all think, and when it drops, it's going to get real ugly. No, claims a confirmed ghostwriter in the music industry who has a reputation for leaking receipts. Name. Without evidence, just pure tension, followed by radio silence, as Chrissy deletes all accounts and leaves the gym's socials in a dark state for 3 days without saying a word, posting anything, or breathing. The silence is more loud than the drama, and it's nice. After waiting, everyone knows that this isn't over, and then Chrissy reappears with a single post just as the excitement is about to fade. Fire, no statement, no apologies. It shows her red-nailed hand holding a pen and a heap of cash. The following statements are shown in full view. Don't blame the wolf when you taught the snakes how to hiss. Boom, another grenade dropped. 1 million likes in an hour without names or denials, just a warning. And then the true shock arrived, an enigmatic Twitter account. You guys think Chrissy just snapped this? Been building since 2012? Thread dropped. Anonymous user, no followers, just one post after another, like a Netflix documentary in text form. Tweet 2. A grainy image of a legal document. Jim Jones is one of 3 names shown. Lamine Chrissy and Reyes Angela. Who the hell is Angela? People begin to question. Then it dawns on old school fans that Chrissy's best friend in the past was Angela. I didn't take the money to hurt him. I did it because he never apologized for what he did to her. Then she disappeared, with no post or farewell, and now Chrissy's voice, purportedly from a leaked voicemail, is going viral. Theft is about retaliation. It wasn't about the millions. It was about shattering Jim's pride, authority, and reputation. And just when things couldn't get much worse, more damaging surveillance footage was leaked. Chrissy can be spotted entering Jim's. She leaves the private studio 40 minutes later, holding his laptop, the same one that has unreleased music contracts in her grasp. At this moment, Jim's own dipset brother, Freaky Zeke, used a key card to open the crypto wallet door. The streets are at war, and people are picking sides. Hashtag team at woman grinned in my face, ate at my table, and lied to my son if she touched it. Chrissy trends. Hashtag cancel Chrissy trends harder. And then Mama Jones goes live. No glam, no filter, just wrath. Funds from the foundation. She concludes the live stream with a terrifying line: since she touched blood, which makes her an enemy. Chrissy, I'm done being kind, and now that everyone is shaken, a blogger releases this teaser, and I know where the money is. May God deal with you. I know who Chrissy bought off, and it's going to ruin someone major. The fans' breathing stops. The timeline freezes, and Chrissy's account vanishes without any further posts. Jim is silent, but that silence is shouting. Within minutes of Chrissy disappearing from social media, the internet didn't just react. It exploded. Hashtags like shrapnel, free Jim Jones, Chrissy Cam Jim, Dipad drama, and Shep Laid Us began to fly. Clubhouse Twitter spaces were crowded. Rooms were reopened with the sole purpose of dragging Chrissy's name through the internet muck. Instead of arguing, people were taking sides, as if it were a battle. One viral tweet claimed that Chrissy had stolen from all of us, not just Jim. The woman Frank Ocean vanished after dropping heat. But in this instance, the heat was a theft. And then came the famous Shade Kimura. She believed in love and publicized her proposal like clowns. Lee Simmons posted a tweet that popcorn emoji with Remy Ma liked a post several years ago that said, "This is why you never put your woman on the paperwork." Additionally, Fat Joe uploaded a mysterious video stating, "You guys keep producing these aims of people's relationships. This Hollywood romance isn't meant to last," as Cardi B chimed in and wrote, "Money does crazy things, but when it's your own man, whoa, that's different." In the meantime, the websites went into full-on gear. Gossip of the City and Shade Room Hollywood Unlocked both revealed insider information that claimed Chrissy had been organizing the vacation for months and that the purchases made in Dubai were a financial departure strategy that she never meant to wed Jim. Simply milked him dry and disappeared. And then the phony audio leak appeared, a voicemail purportedly from Chrissy to her cousin saying, "Let's talk. I don't owe the world nothing. I did what She was moving like a ghost from power, and you had to steal $7 million. This woman embodied betrayal, and Jem's silence only served to fuel the flames. Whenever he shared a Drake song or a black screen, fans were ecstatic. Now that Jim is in his villain arc, he will release a disc album titled Stolen Hearts and Wire Transfers. Even streaming services like Spotify jumped in and added Ballin to their playlist titled Betrayed Feelings. Talkers created acting skits. Out. The craziest part is that Chrissy sneaked into the studio and posted phony wedding invitations on Instagram, with the word "canceled" emblazoned over her face. The org petition began obtaining a Steam title, "Force Chrissy to Reimburse," not because they wanted justice, but because they felt duped as well. Hundreds of admirers signed it. This wasn't just Giselle, it was the public's pain. And with every Chrissy's silence for a minute, as the dust began to settle and fans believed they had seen the worst, the mythology of her betrayal only intensified. Late at night, a final twist came like a ton of bricks. An anonymous Dropbox link appeared. The real bomb is a full-fledged NDA contract signed between Chrissy Lampkin and an unidentified person that was discovered on Reddit, Twitter, and Discord in a folder called Proof. She wasn't alone. It contains screenshots, voice recordings, and financial transfers. Cameron, you're right. According to the deal, Mr. Killer Cam Dipset's own general, who created with Jim and performed with him, bled Harlem with him. Now, he has $450,000 wired to him from the same covert LLC. The internet goes crazy when connected to Chrissy's offshore account. Wait, Cameron wasn't on it. This whole thing was an inside job? Dipset. People start connecting dots, and the cam stopped showing up with Jim months ago. No yell-outs and no shows, no collaborations, and everything suddenly makes sense. In addition to shattering Jim's heart, Chrissy also upended his entire social circle by turning on the one man Jim never anticipated. But this is when things go south because of one of the voice notes that were released. "Chrissy was never going to give me what I earned, so I grabbed it." And Cam vowed to keep Jim occupied. But what precisely was distracted from? Then came the final drop, the largest one yet, clearly taken without their knowledge. The low-resolution image shows Chrissy Cameron and a third person at a rooftop club, and yes, Angela Reyes is the third person in Dubai. She was sitting upright, smiling and relaxed, next to Chrissy, as if they were capturing over cocktails.